Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guide and Light. Hi, I'm SGL, and I want to say Happy New Year 2026. We have entered. And before I start the session, I just want to announce that thank you for your concerns of my absence. I haven't been actively posting sessions and going live because I've been, school and the hours that I need to put in for school kind of was a whirlwind, and I was not divinely guided to go live. And how I operate, I don't just come on live just to come on live. Okay. Um, But for the most part, let's take a look at 2026. First, I want you to understand that this is not projecting into the future. What this is looking at the energies that are coming through and me intuitively reading as well as reading the cards. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll do an overview. First, I'm going to lay down the spread, do an overview. We'll take a look at self. And then we'll take a look at the outer perspective. And what we'll take a look at is what you don't see. And I'll throw in some side notes for the most part. Then we'll go into words of advice and conclude with the angel guide message. Let's see. I almost forgot these cards. Gotta take these off. Make sure they're all up right. Well, I will say collective earth, air, fire, and water signs 2026. You do have the power to be successful if that's what you choose to be. You fill in the blank of what you want to be successful with or in, or success of what you want to receive in 2026. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and start the spread. Why is this doing this? What are the messages for the collective earth, air, fire, and water signs for 2026? What is the message for the collective 2026? All right, collective earth, air, fire, and water signs. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to say the only thing that I request of you is that you do not force any channel messages. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this session to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding. Thank you. All right. So we have new beginnings here. Link, observe, deep feelings, prayer, essence. Shadow energy is the King of Wands. Shedding light on your reading, you have elevation in reverse, one step at a time in reverse, self love in reverse, belief in reverse, here and now, upright, and serenity. All right. When it comes to shedding light, let go of 2025. Okay. This is a new mark. This is a new beginning. So there's this saying that, you know, you can forgive, but you'll never forget. And so in 2026, if the past arises in the mindset, use that as a motivator instead of a stepping stone. Okay, because sometimes we think that because we see something from the past, we kind of create more activity around the past, and that's how it resurfaces. And so, with this here and now and serenity, it just feels like when it comes to shedding light as an overview, um, work on letting go. Okay. And whatever it is that you're having challenges with, you fill in the blank of what the challenge is that it's difficult for you to let go, or there's this pull and tug, especially when the mindset generates the past without your permission. Um, use that as a motivator. Don't get lost in that sunken place. Don't navigate your actions around what resurfaces from the past. What you want to do is accept what your mind is saying and reprogram your mind in saying, I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm not in control of what happened in the past, but I am in control on moving forward in 2026, confirming new beginnings here. When it comes to Lincoln, observe and deep, it feels more so like an eccentric soul, someone who has a lot of essence, which essence is here. And it just feels like, a surface conversation is not appealing. Wasting your time doesn't recover your triggers, but, the fact that you have so much fire energy, you have to decide on how you're going to manipulate that energy. There's things that you can keep to yourself. It just feels like I'm talking to the collective who have dominant presence, and it has nothing to do with masculine and feminine energy. It has to do with you have a big heart. You have a lot of empathy. 2026, you may find yourself navigating your feelings and being very logical about your choices, decision making. Most majority of you are going to feel whole, okay? And you now can decipher on what kind of connections that you want to interact with. When it comes to prayer, be have acceptance with expecting good reward. And when you receive those good rewards, or those good experiences, are creating good memories, make sure that you remain grounded. Okay. There's a lot of ways to obtain being grounded within, but as a whole, it's just kind of, it's more than being present. It's kind of like stimulating the energy field to where you have a protection mechanism of energies that have more authority over you. And how I say this is, it's just saying simply things like thank you, or when you wake for the new day, um, be open to triumphing that 24 hours, however you use it. Just know that here and now, there is no restraints. If you are a zodiac sign within the 12 zodiac signs with shadow energy here with the King of Wands, feeling entrapped or feeling overwhelmed or feeling like there's so much blockages that you can't resolve, that is out of your control, it's just an illusion. And so you're not trapped, but if you feed the energy, that energy will devour you, and things will feel more complicated. So be mindful in 2026 to not feed low vibration energies. Do not convince yourself that you can't, because you can. Um, Especially with your fire energy, be very mindful on how you use it. Some of you are more than a good luck charm. Um, your presence is very rewarding, and some of you in the collective in 2026 are going to experience how important you are. And you're not wrong, um, when it comes to not positioning yourself to look for validation, or when you say no. You fill in the blank of how your actions, how you're going to prep yourself when you are in situations or environments where you don't position yourself to feel obligated, but the word no is more of a motivator for you. There is going to be some things that, when it comes to organization and being organized, um, don't feel um, burdened by making the choice to be responsible. Okay. When it comes to self in 2026, direct message, open mind, replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. That's a direct message, collective. I'll say it again. When it comes to the mindset, have an open mind, replace the old cycles with a new and exciting ones. Kind of going over the channel message that I received for you when it comes to allow, when you don't give the mind permission to generate the past, and you kind of find yourself lost in the past within a new day. You will find ways to organize your headspace. There's a right time there's a right time within a right place, that you will finally have a routine that when the mind generates certain images, you will know how to um, delete those projections. Um, what I will say is that for those of you in the collective that are prayer warriors, your prayers, your energy field is very powerful. And don't forget that. And when it comes to obsession, connected to you, collective, um, you're going to have to be able to, I'm looking at the shadow energy here with everything surrounding it, especially everything that's behind your shedding light pile here, with everything that's in reverse. I'll just say this: everything that does not serve you will then come to serve you. And don't be shocked. And I don't mean in the sense of, your blood pressure going up and you being triggered. Don't be shocked, surprised, or appalled that betrayals become commitment, or the lack thereof of those who didn't see you now see you. With elevation and one step at a time, and belief and self-love, and in reverse, the old version of you is gone. Now here and now is here with serenity. you know so a lot of you have already changed, and you will be going through changes in 2026. And the things that are sacred to you, I don't see you um, serving those experiences to unfamiliarities. But I want to talk more about this obsession in 2026. You don't have to feel obligated for other people's decisions. Um, it's very clear that you're impactful. So if someone was, if you know how there's an interview when you ask someone, so tell me, what would a person tell me about you? You would, it's not just being a good person. You make sound decisions to the point to where you betray yourself, where you're more impacted in your heart chakra, looking for a reward. And in this scenario in 2026, your fire energy that comes from your heart chakra in this scenario, you don't have to push your way through. It just feels like the carpet is being laid out for you. It's, if you've been looking for respect, the respect is due. If you've never been served respect before, be open to receiving that. Word of advice: blame. hmm Change is good, okay? And there's a lot of maturity here. You guys are taking accountability. I like that growth. And as you acknowledge, and when you're present and you're able to see your progression, make sure that you say thank you. When it comes to new beginnings for 2026, it says everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. We have entered. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you into a new direction. Now, for my collective, okay, um, I'm being guided to channel individual zodiac signs. Aries, when it comes to you, okay, with this new beginning, when it comes to your projection in 2026, it doesn't mean that you are incorrect. What's going to shift is you having to um, accept other people's projections. And it may be difficult for you in 2026, um, because it doesn't feel like you're a person that wears your heart on your sleeve, right? And it's not that you'll feel that you'll lose control. It just feels like, you know, your actions always have direct, um, like if someone does, like you don't just treat us, the way you treat people, it's like there's Libra energy there. It just feels like Aries. It's just like you don't pass judgment, but you already put people through sentencings of what they deserve from you, and it just feels like Aries. You're going to go down experiences, and when I say going down, it's not in a negative way. It's a path where you don't get to decide whose projection you get to accept, and you only thing that you're able to decide is whether you want to recover any connections or not. And it just feels like the connections that you can take accountability of, when it comes to the blaming game, uh, when it comes to you serving your cup, it's from the heart. um, Not the matters of the heart, but it's coming from your heart chakra. So it's kind of like if you're helping someone, you don't have to tell them that you love them and that you care. The fact that you're helping them speaks for itself. Taurus, Taurus, you have to believe in your spirit guides in 2026, because every time when you allow your guides are divine, or you allow you acknowledge all that is when prosperity, you experience um good reward. It's kind of like you not working smarter and not harder. It's just, when you allow divine and everything that comes with it, when you put divine first, everything follows. And so you're being asked to not judge other people's way of their belief systems, because the past could come up. Your past, something about your past that can position you to where you have to make your wrongs right. There's someone, Taurus, that you see as a gold mine, and you may feel like you're entitled. But for the most part, when it comes to insight, it will be more clear than it was in 2025. Gemini, you have to learn how to do things independently. Yes, you have a good heart, but you need to be open to letting go of the past. Okay. I'm really looking at this spread here, and there's no need for me to go behind the past, because here and now, let me read that to you. Gemini, it says the future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again, because here and now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. I think you're ready, Gemini. I think you're ready. And you got the we thing packed down, but you haven't dotted your I's. It's like you're not ready to be a capital I, something that holds down a foundation, because you're scared to accept the I am. Um, and you have to accept responsibility of your well being in 2026. Gemini. Okay. Cancer. Something about being golden. Okay. Yours feels like a love story, Cancer, in 2026. If you're wondering if someone sees you, they do. It gives me a Cancer to where whoever this individual is, they see you and you see them, but your presence and how you present yourself and the experience that you give to this person, when you're not with this person, you're a whole different person. And you may find yourself um, feeling like this person may become a little bit obsessive, because they're more interested in the person you are that is not, when it's like they're interested in the person you are when you're not with them, because that's where the story and the experiences are. It's like this person wants to experience life outside of just you and them. They're not focused on you as a connection. They're focused on the connections that you have outside of them. um you may find yourself in your feelings, and you need to ask for guidance. Don't get lost in this connection, because you have something new, a new experience coming in. For some of you, Cancers, you may be open to giving an invitation to allowing this person to be in your world. Um, uh, okay, that was Leo. Leo. that comes up. And the reason why I say that is because link, observe, and deep and blame is up in the air with the King of Wands. Be mindful of your actions, because it just feels like the wrong move, the wrong statement, the wrong words. You know that moment where a person could just get triggered and you just say F the world, and you express how you feel, you're impulsive, you do all these things. I don't care how mad you are inside. Close your mouth. I don't care how mad you may want to prove yourself. Do not, because you might bite off something that you can't chew and lose all your teeth. And when it comes to your feelings in 2026, there could be great reward if you play your cards right. But if you get attached into any toxicity, you need to dot your I's and cross your T's. Okay? People are recording people without people's permission. So be mindful, be mature. A Virgo, um, you need to love yourself in 2026. There's aspects of yourself that you don't like. I'm being drawn to these shedding light on you here and now in serenity, accept the things that are out of our control. Uh, my concern, the fact that belief, self-love, one step at a time, and elevation is in reverse. You're going into 2026 careless. It is what it is type energy. And you want to be mindful with that energy, because that energy can cause you to project things that you're not ready for. Back in the day, I don't know if they still have those. Disney used to have this red binoculars things, and you put the film in there and you just do it and it projects. It just feels like when you're in your I don't give a whatever mode, your brain creates these projections that are out of this world. And what you project, I'm telling you right now, you will be held accountable for manifesting negative projections. And it's kind of like, you have every right, to retaliate, but it's not worth it, because those who you think have your back and your support will not show up for you, because you have to take accountability for your actions. And it's nothing but love. There's no love lost, Virgo. It's just, let me give you an example of a projection. Let's say that something doesn't go your way, right? And so you project a lesson to teach someone or a group, a lesson for even, disrespecting you as a person. Uh, and you retaliate by teaching them a lesson, putting them in their place. But in reality, what you do is you end up putting yourself in your own place. Sometimes we can abuse power, and you're being asked not to do that. Libra, I'm not seeing your energy in this spread, just to be honest with you. But what I will say to you, Libra, the sky's the limit with these feelings here. It just feels like your ancestors have some information that they want to give you to help you navigate in 2026. So make sure you take out the time to um, be still, so that you can be able to have a clear mindset and direction, to receive direction. But you have to be open to new things as well. Um, Scorpio, no one's holding you with the King of Wands, but blame up in reverse. No one is entrapping you. When it comes to being a big fish in a small pond, your situation is that you are an important individual in a big place. And until you acknowledge that, you will be sensitive to everything. you know, it's simple little things like, why did they say that? Why did they do that? Why did the server give me a spoon? It's like, be sensitive about everything and work on that. Work on your sensitivity. Um, Leo, when it comes to healing, you don't feel not Leo, Sagittarius, my bad. You don't feel deserving because you feel not obligated. You feel like whatever good you receive, like you have to give a percentage of that experience or that money or your energy. And you're not wrong to say no in 2026. You have to accept the fact that where you're positioned in life, Sagittarius, that there are going to be your connections feel like they have a piece of whatever it is that you have, or your identity, your value. And continue to be a leader, lead by example. There is this saying, Sagittarius, and I want to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you so it can help you when you experience the blame game, kind of, in a way. But when, it's kind of like this. Say you have a roommate, or you are renting out a room, and you worked, you did good, had a good week, right? And you want to treat yourself. And so you go out, you fill in the blank of what it is you treat yourself with, and then you come home, right? And it just feels like there's this obligation of, why do I have to share? You don't. So you need to create a barrier, you know, not a closed off barrier, but the attachment from the past is feeling like they own you, actually. But so that you can stay grounded into the leader that you are. This is what I wanted to share with you. Make your energy the prettiest thing about you. So when you find yourself having to say no in 2026, um, just know that how you present your presence, how you share your presence, and how you leave your presence, make sure that it is so strong and beautiful to the point to where those who feel, there is this word or types of people like that. I can't think of it off like just I can't think of it. Let me see something. Oh, let me see something. Oh no, that's not this deck. Okay. Sagittarius, it is. I'll just sums it up in layman term. Don't don't convince yourself that because you serve this beautiful presence of your leadership, that people who feel like they own you, like they're gonna feel bad for treating you like they own you. Okay. Entitled. There it is. People who feel entitled. When you say no, don't convince yourself that they know better. Okay. They're doing what they're programmed to do. And when you remind yourself that, there is going to be new experiences with people that are going to protect your beautiful self, your attractive self. It's kind of like where people speak up for you in places that you're not in, or when you're in the company of others, you'll find individuals speaking on your behalf. Okay. So if you've never experienced security before, don't be afraid of it. It's actually a blessing. Capricorn. Um, when it comes to toxicity, you have to accept that that's what you like and experience your toxicity so that it is no longer toxic. I don't know how to explain. It's like, you know how a person's belief system could be sexual. They love the industry of adult entertainment. It's like but I'm gonna just say this: no longer be ashamed for what it is you like or what it is you do, and you don't have to go out of your way in 2026 to explain your know-hows, your whereabouts, and how you get down. Stay grounded, though. Hmm. If you're number one, then act like it. That's what I just channeled, Capricorn. Aquarius. Aquarius, you need to, I'll say this. Who did I say that to about? Hmm. Aquarius, shut your mouth in 2026. And just like I told Capricorn, Aquarius, whatever is deemed as toxic is not in 2026. Uh, Aquarius, don't give yourself away. Don't be easy in 2026. Pisces, being adaptable in 2026, you need to stay grounded because the environments that you're going to be accepted in, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So you want to make sure that you keep your emotions intact. Allow people to tell you, show you, and learn from other people's worlds. Keep your world sacred, Capricorn. I mean, Aquarius. I mean, um, Pisces. Overall, collective, have an open mind in 2026. Replace the old cycles with new and exciting ones. I can't wait to hear what your experiences will be. I know that the ending of 2026, I'm going to want to know your overall experience. So that is the collective for 2026. This is the first time that I've done one of these. Um, let me pull the angel guide message. And as we conclude, harmony. I love that. That is beautiful. All right, let's pull your angel guide message for 2026. I do not, let me announce this right now. I am not a reader who sticks to storylines. Whatever comes out, that's what comes out. I'm not that reader. Uh, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to announce that. So whenever you need to come back to for reference, come to the 2026 when you don't resonate with any other reading. Okay. Again, don't force any channel messages. What is the angel guide message for 2026 for the collective? Earth, air, fire, and water signs. Earth signs. Taurus. Happy New Year. A Virgo, Happy New Year. Capricorn, Happy New Year. My water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Happy New Year. And my fire signs, Libra, Happy New Year. Um, Aquarius, Happy New Year. And Gemini, Happy New Year. Um, did I do all of them? Fire signs, Leo, Happy New Year. Aries, Happy New Year. Sagittarius, Happy New Year's. Water signs, let me do yours again because I didn't do them separately. Cancer, Happy New Year's. Pisces, Happy New Year's. And Scorpio, Happy New Year's. All right. Angel guide message for 2026. Spiritual growth, holy love, and guardian angel. I love this. Just to let you know, and we'll give the overall message here. When it comes to spiritual growth, I need you, for those of you who are new to wanting to change, and whatever that change is, whether that's a growth, healing, growing as a person, just know when it comes to spiritual growth, it's not always rainbows, okay? Uh, Spiritual growth involves deep emotions and literally, you know, ugh, learning aspects or seeing aspects of yourself through people and experiences. Also, you learn that the world is no different than being dedicated to divine. Um, it's a yin and a yang experience. So don't be so quick to run away when it comes to growing in spirit. All right. When it comes to holy love, you are important and you are pure in the eyes of divine. There is no flaws, and you need to position yourself as such. No one is perfect. Okay. It's like, for instance, Capricorn and Aquarius, when it comes to toxicity, know that you are perfect. All right. You're just positioned in the wrong places at the wrong time, who don't accept what it is that you do. Anywho, when it comes to your light, just know that your guides are ready for you to say, hey, I need this. Can you do that? You know, use your spirit guides. Okay. For those of you who have not been using your spirit guides, do that in 2026. Lighten up the load. Okay. You have guardian angel. Just know in 2026, your value and your essence and your trust is going to feel, you're going to mean a lot to a lot of people. Okay. Um, your impact. But don't forget that sometimes you have to take a break, because if you don't, you'll be broken down to where you're forced to ask your angel guides for help. Okay. And it's not that your angel guides are not going to help. It's just, it's more easier when you have a relationship with your guides before havoc, because if you have a relationship with your guides, collective, when uncertainty or when things that are out of your control arise or take force, forced action, um, it won't phase you. You'll be able to continue to move forward and to have clarity and a sound mind. You have composure. Overall, for the collective angel guide message, let's go ahead and read it. This is was this complicated for me? No, I don't think so. Um, Divine is, I'll say this, Most High is working with me on how to communicate with the collective. Because when I am seeing the projections and when I'm getting the energetic hits and when I see at the same time and hear at the same time, as well as pulling the cards and being intuitive, it's all of this going on. And it's not that it's draining, it just pulls. And I'm excited to learn how to be more straightforward with the sessions so that you guys can kind of understand 2026. I don't want anyone to leave a session with answers not being answered. I want you to be successful in 2026. I want a lot of you to recover. All right. Composure, your angel guide message for 2026. All right. Collective. It says this card encourages you to step in the energy of equanimity. Equanimity is a Zen like state in which you reframe from reacting to a situation out of fear and separation. Right now, angels of pure divine light are helping you feel guarded and guided and encouraging you to recognize that you have an incredible force of love within you. So, when your mind does its thing, remember composure, and you come back to this 2026 whenever you need. It will be available to you. Make sure you save it in your playlist so that you can, reference. All right. So 2026, be organized, responsible, and accept support. You're not obligated to. Um, and just know, my collective, don't be afraid of the obsessions. You're in control. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. Until we meet again.